What is up, guys? It's Nathan with Bark Life, and I got a couple exciting things to show you today, so stay tuned. I'm not gonna lie, I've slacked about making as many videos. Once it turns into winter and we have all that snow flying, it's a little bit harder to make content about the cars, and it's kind of boring to update you guys on what we're doing. But I wanted to share a couple things with you guys. I'm super excited. I know there's quite a few of you that follow the channel regularly, and I appreciate you guys. So I just want to show you what we had going on and what's going on in our lives with preparing for this next year of Bark Life and what we did. First things first, one of the big things we were waiting on, if you've been following the Super build at all, was we needed a new ECU. That was what was required to get this thing rolling. And so I did that. I ordered a ECU master. So we had the AEM in there before, as you guys know, just for the people that don't know. We had an AEM in there. This would be my second or third AEM box. Had the same connection error, the ROM issue, and honestly was just kind of done with it. I'm ready for something new and try something new. ECU Master makes this product. It's ECU Master actually went with the Classic for a myriad of reasons. There's a Classic and there's the Black. And so this is the actual box, so everybody's on the same page. An ECU is what controls your motor. This allows me to program the Supra to tune for more boost, change the injector, change the ignition timing, all that stuff. That's what the AEM used to do, and now the ECU Master is going to take over that job. What this does is allows me to control and fine-tune everything on it. So it replaces the factory computer entirely and makes the car all set for the track. I'm excited to get this thing installed and wired in. It's going to just simplify things. This has very user-friendly tuning software. I've never tuned with it myself, so we're going to learn together. And I'll probably be making quite a few videos on this because this is, I don't know. I think it's going to be a huge improvement for the car. But the reason I picked the Classic is we're not going to be doing fly-by-wire. I'm not going to be doing like individual exhaust gas temperature per EGT is what it's called, per cylinder or anything crazy like that. The Supra is basically going to run off of a wideband O2 sensor, which tells you the air-fuel ratios coming out of the exhaust. I might run one or two of those sensors, but basically there wasn't any need for me to go with Black. I don't have any desire to run crazy amount of sensors and that sort of thing, so this is going to be more than adequate, and I'm excited to get it installed and, you know, see what I'm working with. But without further ado, in full disclosure, I already did open the box, I already checked it out, but this is what ECU Master sends you. So right off the bat, we get that sweet ECU Master sticker. It's quite a nice sticker, actually. And these boxes at the time, and no, I'm not being sponsored by ECU Master. If ECU Master is listening and would like to sponsor me on the MR2, I would love to put one of these in the MR2 as well. But there's that for you. Billing information, you guys don't want to see that. Warranty card, I think. Yeah, that's our serial number off of our box and everything, so. Oh yeah, so every time ECU Master sends out a product, they send out some candy. I think it's hilarious. I think it's awesome. Kids are gonna be very excited about that. They'll want me to order more ECU Master. All right, so the next thing we got is our box with the actual ECU. And oh, let's leave that over there. But yeah, this is supposedly super easy to wire in. They do make a plug-and-play kit, but the issue is the Supra already has so many modifications above stock, so it runs waste spark and a bunch of other issues where I'm going to end up having to wire most of it in anyways, even if I used a jumper harness. And honestly, I don't want to use the factory super plug. I want to cut it and start from scratch. I do have an additional OEM that I could use, an OEM wiring harness, but honestly, I'm ready just to cut it and start from scratch, all new pins. I've had 4 ECUs in that car, 4 standalones. I've had 3 piggybacks back in the day. This is what happens when you've owned a car that long. So cutting the harness fresh and just repinning it, that's the way to go in this case. Like I said, I have an extra wiring harness for it. I have an extra motor for it actually. But I think at this point in time, just wiring it in, I mean, it's super simple. These have 2 plugs. Majority of these pins we won't even use, honestly. We won't even use them. So no big deal. But yeah, there's your 2 plugs. It is tiny. Look how tiny this guy is. That is awesome. It's a nice metal case, doesn't feel chintzy, doesn't feel like your front plugs are gonna pop off or anything. So super simple, super small. I like it. Supposedly they're always patching and updating and increasing its capabilities, which is good to hear that they have a lot of support. So the next thing we have is our pins. So you have different size pins. So these are going to be like your higher amp stuff. These are going to be your lower amp stuff. So you have big connectors, little connectors, that sort of thing. Pretty straightforward. Comes with its own USB, which is nice. Some resistors. Those will come in handy, no doubt. And then you have your plug, and it gives you a full pinout. So all of your stuff. So this has 6 aux plugs, so for additional stuff. Already has all your basic pins, which covers the majority of your stuff, which is exciting. All right, got our ECU Master stickers. Question is, am I going to actually put these on the car? I do like that they were a smaller company and that they're getting rolling and that they're really taking the market by storm. Like, they are gaining market share really fast. I really like ECU Master. And I talked with a couple of their techs. This will certainly, as long as everything goes smooth as I expect it to, this will certainly not be the last product I use from them. Again, zero sponsorship. I paid full boat for this. So yeah, no biggie. I just like to support things, and the engineer spent quite a bit of time talking with me on the phone about the products and all that sort of thing. Oh, and that came on the actual cover of the case. It did come fancier than I had it. I took it off and set it at the bottom. So we also got their intake temperature sensor, which is cool, with its couple pins. So we'll wire that in. But yeah, basically on the Supra, you don't need a whole lot to fire that motor up. In retrospect, with modern motors, I can see the need for the black because you have all those extra things. Like you're controlling, again, fly-by-wire, all these other situations that I don't need in the Supra. The Supra does not need that. It's a very simple little system. So I mean, the 2Js are a simple motor. I don't have VVTi. If I had VVTi, then I'd probably consider it, just because there's some extra fancy stuff you could do with it. But this controls VVTi anyways, so honestly, it still probably wouldn't be worth it if I'm honest. But you know, I am excited about that situation. So there is another upgrade that we did as well. So this, I just need to get my buns in gear, get this installed, and yeah, get the Supra fired up, because we start our race season around here somewhere in middle of April, middle April, beginning of May, something like that, weather depending. But I want to get it rolling before that, get it tested, get it, get that base tune in there. Hopefully we can get some driving on the Supra in towards the end of February. I mean, yesterday I was driving the MR2. As I'm saying that, I was driving the MR2 to work. I'm super excited about this upgrade. But yeah, everything on here is so simple. Like, what what kind of company just makes it that easy. So the other thing I want to talk to you guys about is we actually have upgraded our camera systems. So to a bigger channel, or to some of you who, you know, have a bigger budget, I mean, just buying $1,000 worth of ECU stuff, that's a bit of money. On top of having 3 project cars that want, you know, tires and everything else. So any extra purchases, I have to be careful what I'm purchasing. The YouTube isn't something where you're going to get rich, that sort of thing. So I have to really keep in mind it's a really cool hobby and I enjoy interacting with everybody, but you know, can't spend crazy. With that being said, upgraded our camera system. So we were operating on the GoPro Hero 8s along with some phones and that sort of thing. We have actually upgraded to Hero 11s. That's what you're seeing me on now. So we have the Hero 11 full size, Hero 11 mini, and then of course we still have our trusty old Hero 8. So one of the big things with doing the Hero 11 is the stabilization, the sound, just the overall increased everything. It's just slightly better on everything. What that's going to do for us is allow us to get more shots and more angles. Basically what I wanted to say is I'm still moving forward with the channel. Obviously we just recommitted. We ordered all this camera equipment. We ordered a bunch of stands and we got the mics and we got the, you know, cameras. We're pretty excited about it and looking forward to doing a lot more with it. We started doing a little bit on TikTok here a few months back. And that's mostly to support our YouTube channel. Same with Instagram. Bark Life YouTube for either, if you guys want to follow us on those. Sometimes we'll put up little shorts that we don't put up on YouTube, on the Instagram as well as on the TikTok. But YouTube's got that short feature going, so honestly YouTube's going to be our primary platform. But yeah, you can check us out on those other platforms. And we're really looking forward to what this summer offers for the car world. And we look forward to communicating with you guys and talking with you guys, and really appreciate all the feedback you guys have given us. And we just enjoy all the conversations I've had. And I've gotten to meet a lot of people out on the street. It's weird because the channel's still so small, but we've got to meet a lot of people on the street, and it's really neat to run into them. Oh, I saw the video on this build, and they're telling me about their build and how, you know, my build. And it's just cool to be able to have that situation where you're able to basically talk with someone that I've never met before, but on their end, they kind of got an idea of what I'm all about their cars. And, you know, even Silas, they know Silas's name. It's kind of cool. But yeah, we look forward to this next year. Thank you guys so much for all the support you've given us. Thank you guys. And we're excited to get some videos up of this installed and tuning it. So stay tuned.